Hey everyone, welcome back to EnglishNest Podcast. I'm Nancy, and before we begin today's episode, I want to ask Steve something interesting.
All right, I'm ready. What's on your mind?
So tell me honestly, when someone asks you, "Where are you from?" do you give a simple answer or do you pause and think?
I pause every single time
Really? Why?
because it's not always a simple answer anymore. I mean, do they want to know where I was born, where I grew up, or where I live now?
That's actually so true, and I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Exactly. In today's world, people move, travel, study abroad, and suddenly one question has many answers.
And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today.
Welcome to EnglishNest Podcast, where we help you improve your English through real, natural conversations.
And today's topic is something you will use again and again in real life.
How to describe your nationality, your culture, and your identity in English.
Let's start with the most common question. Where are you from?
It sounds easy, but it's not always that simple.
Exactly. For some people, the answer is straightforward. I'm from Paris. I'm from Germany.
But for others, it might sound like this. I was born in India, raised in Dubai, and now I live in Canada.
And that's completely normal today.
So instead of overthinking, just use a clear structure. I'm originally from.
For example, I'm originally from London, but I currently live in New York.
Simple, natural, and complete.
Now, let's take it one step further.
Because just saying where you're from is sometimes not enough.
Right. People are curious. They want to know more about your story.
So you can add a little detail. I'm originally from Spain, and I grew up in a small coastal town.
Or, I moved to Australia for work and I've been living there for 5 years.
This makes your answer more human, more real.
Now, let's talk about culture. Steve, how would you describe culture?
I'd say culture is how people live, their traditions, food, language, habits, and values.
That's a perfect definition.
When describing culture, you can say, my culture is rich in traditions and history.
Or, we place a strong emphasis on family and respect.
These are simple but powerful sentences.
Culture is not just festivals or big events.
Exactly, it's in everyday life.
For example, in my country, people usually eat dinner late.
Or we often gather with family on weekends.
These small details make your description more natural and relatable.
Let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, food.
Finally, I was waiting for this.
Food is one of the easiest ways to describe culture.
You can say, our food is full of flavor and spices.
Or we have a wide variety of traditional dishes.
And always give examples.
For example, in Italy, pasta and pizza are part of everyday life.
Hiji, in Japan, sushi is not just food, it's an art.
Hiji, in Mexico, street food is a big part of the culture.
Now I'm officially hungry.
Another important part of culture is people.
Yes, you can describe personality and lifestyle.
For example, people in my country are very friendly and welcoming.
Or, life in big cities like New York is fast-paced.
You can also compare. Compared to my hometown, life here is more relaxed.
Comparisons make your English sound more advanced.
Now let's go deeper. Identity.
This is where things become interesting.
Many people today don't belong to just one place.
Exactly. They feel connected to multiple cultures.
You can say, I feel connected to both my home country and where I live now.
Or, living abroad has changed my perspective.
This shows emotional depth, not just information.
Let me share a story. I'm originally from Spain, but I moved to Canada 6 years ago. At first, everything felt different. The weather was colder, the food was different, and people had a different lifestyle. I remember my first winter. I wasn't ready at all. But over time, I started to adapt. I made friends, tried new foods, and learned to appreciate a different way of life. Now I feel like I belong to both places. Spain is my home, but Canada is also a part of me.
That's such a beautiful example.
Let's talk about mistakes.
Yes, because many learners make the same ones.
Mistake number 1, giving very short answers.
Like, I'm from Pakistan. Correct, but not engaging.
Mistake number 2, overcomplicating your sentences.
Keep it simple, but meaningful.
Okay, Steve, quick questions.
Let's go.
Tea or coffee?
Tea. I'm British.
City or countryside?
City, but I need quiet sometimes.
Favorite cultural food?
Pizza. Always.
You're predictable.
Here are some practical tips. Use simple sentences.
Add personal details.
Practice speaking daily.
And most importantly, be proud of who you are.
That brings us to the end of today's episode of EnglishNest Podcast.
We hope this episode helps you feel more confident when talking about your nationality and culture.
Try this today. I'm originally from, and my culture is, and don't forget to subscribe and share.
See you in the next episode.